don't worry. Amazon does not send your Ring doorbell footage to the authorities without your consent. I mean, none of it. Oh, wait. People ask me all the time, hey Brian, do you really use that keto elevate stuff, and does it really work? The answer is yes and yes. Never in my entire life have I lost body fat so quickly. Not even in my prime at 25, which is over 25 years ago. I'm approaching 54 this year. If you want to support the channel and do your health a favor, grab some with my link in the description. I'm sure this is going to come as a complete shock to you, but Jeff Bezos and Amazon are stealing the data from your Ring doorbell camera and audio and giving it to the authorities. And here's the clincher: without your consent. They don't even use your permission, and sometimes they won't even tell you that they did it. They just do it. And we're talking about any information that's on your Ring doorbell at all times. It says, and this is from Politico. This is an older article, but I wanted to bring it up because I see so many people using these Ring doorbells and trusting them and trusting the company, Amazon. Now, I'm not saying that Amazon ain't a good deal. You can go online anywhere, buy anything at any time and have it delivered, and it'll arrive in days. Sometimes within the day. I don't know. Maybe they got these drones that just launch, and if you're near a packing facility, you know, you can get lucky and get it within the day or whatever. But you know, that's cool technology. We have cool things that add conveniences and entertainment to our lives, but we're inviting these things in, and there's always a string attached. No good deed goes unpunished, and no good technology, when you invite it into your room, goes unpunished. People got Alexa, they got Google, they got Siri they can talk to, they got these Ring doorbell cameras. They have even baby monitors can be hacked. You know, you want to keep an eye on your baby, make sure that they don't roll over and get tangled in the blanket or whatever, and you want to keep an eye on them. Well, other people want to keep an eye on your baby too. And they want to find out what the habits are and where you live and what room in the house it's in and where are the windows, so they can come in and do bad things to your family. Well, this was reported on Politico a couple months back, but it's still in play today. Amazon gave Ring videos to police without owners' permission. Without owners' permission. Go figure. The technological giants of Silicon Valley, the oligarchs who love intrusion, who love to surveil you, are working in cahoots with your friendly neighborhood police department. The revelation highlights the many ways that police can get footage from Ring doorbells and how often it happens without consent. And I'm sure we don't even know the half of it. We don't know a fraction of it. Amazon handed Ring doorbell footage to police without owners' permission at least 11 times so far this year. That's all it was, guys. It was at least 11 times. Maybe it was 1,100. Maybe it was 11,000. Maybe it was 110,000 times. Maybe it was 1.1 million times. You don't know. I don't know. Wouldn't doubt it. If it can be 11 times, why couldn't it be 1,100 times or 11,000 times? A figure that highlights the unfettered access the company is giving police to doorsteps across the country. And it's not just doorsteps. Wait till you see what the range of these Ring doorbell camera and audio data actually is. The revelation came in a letter Amazon sent to Senator Ed Markey, D. Massachusetts, on July 1st after the lawmaker questioned the video doorbell surveillance practices in June. Markey released the letter to the public on Wednesday. We're going to read some of that letter. And it's pretty interesting. And we know what politics is, and we know what politicians are. And sometimes they do good things, just like a clock is right twice a day, right? A broken clock is right twice a day. Broken politicians can be right sometimes too. And sometimes it looks like they do good things, but they've got to do good things sometimes so that you can show the people, hey, look at the good that we've done. Of course, you want to vote for us, right? You want to be one of our donors next time, right? So we got throw a couple good things in the hopper every now and then. Ring, which Amazon bought in 2018, has repeatedly said that police can't view recordings. So they lied. They lied. Jeff Bezos lied.
Amazon lied. The lawyers who wrote up the policies lied. They said repeatedly that police can't view recordings unless clips are posted publicly and shared directly with the police. Let me show you that from, this is from Ring. This is from, you can see in the upper right-hand corner, this is support.ring.com. And we're just going to scroll down here to what information do public safety users have access to when they use this program called Neighbors. And it says, and keep in mind, everything I'm about to read is a lie from Amazon. Neighbors is designed to ensure that when local public safety agencies use Neighbors, they do not have access to user information or video recordings unless a user posts that information or video recording to the Neighbors app. In other words, puts it in the public domain. That's only when authorities have access to your data, is what Amazon is saying. Not true. This is a lie. Or shares it in response to a request for assistance post, and then it gets into some specifics. So back to this article right here. And this is truly mind-boggling that people continue to invite these things into their homes. You got to be super careful. I'm standing at a computer. I'm standing right next to my phone right here, which is charging. Otherwise, it's in the microwave or in a Faraday bag or whatever. You've got smart TVs. You've got smart devices all around your house. We invite Alexa. We invite Siri. We invite Google. We do queries, which is really neat. You've got cars with computer chips in them that are monitoring not only what you say, but what you do and where you go and how fast you're going. If that ain't beyond the 1984 George Orwellian police state, I don't know what is. And we're doing it. We're inviting this stuff into our lives. I don't care where you go. Some dash cam is recording you somewhere. You can be out in the middle of the desert somewhere with no electronic devices anywhere to be seen. Somebody's probably looking at you. And I'm not saying this for anybody to be paranoid. We just don't need to stick our heads in the sand, and we need to sensitize ourselves and become a little bit more aware to our surroundings and what's going on and the technology that's actually available to people that we don't even know about. I mean, you'll turn on the Discovery Channel or the History Channel or whatever, and they'll show you this crazy technology, but we can't show you what's beyond that technology right there because that's classified. The stuff that they show you is scary enough. The stuff that we know about is cause for great concern. What about all the technology that they got that they haven't unveiled yet and will probably never unveil? There's crazy amounts of technology, and when it's in the hands of a state functionary, you can bet your bottom dollar that it's probably not going to benefit you, and it's not going to benefit me, and in the long run, it ain't going to benefit your kids and your grandkids. So they repeatedly said that police can't view recordings unless the clips are posted publicly or shared directly with police, though that doesn't apply to police subpoenas and emergency requests. And who's going to determine what an emergency request is or what an emergency is for that matter? Oh, there was a kidnapping. There was a stabbing. There was somebody got harmed. Sounds legitimate to release the footage then, but then you're opening the door to welcoming a whole bunch of other nonsense because they said it was authorized and we can release that to the cops. While the company's policy has said this information can be shared without a user's consent, this letter is the first time the company has confirmed that it has handed over this information. Yeah, it's the first time they've confirmed, but they should have confirmed it many, many times before because it probably happened way more than 11 times. It's a data point that is likely to only heighten congressional scrutiny of the tech giant, and that seems like a shell game to me, which lawmakers have already unbraided over its privacy practices after its facial recognition service Rekognition falsely associated 28 members of Congress with criminal mugshots in 2018. And I think I got that. Let's see, where is it? I thought I had that up. I guess I don't have the... Yeah, I thought I had that up. I don't have that article up there. The company is also facing antitrust concerns over its dominance across online retail and its treatment of third-party sellers that use the platform. Here's how bad it is. Have you ever been like talking with a loved one in your house, and then the next time you go to your smartphone or log into your computer, the product or service or whatever that you were talking about shows up on the sidebar of whatever article you pull up, and your phone was off? That's pretty invasive. Ring doorbells in particular raised privacy concerns because of their popularity, Amazon's agreement with police, and Amazon's growing technological capabilities. In 2020, Ring responded to a letter from 5 senators and revealed that 4 employees improperly accessed Ring data. That's the employees within the company. It says right here in this CNET article, Ring's new security measures don't go far enough, Senator says. 4 employees over the last 4 years have improperly accessed footage from people's video doorbells, the company disclosed in a letter to senators. Yeah, it was only 4 people. It was only 4 times. That's it. Kind of reminds me of TSA perverts goggling behind the radiation and molestation machines that they have, undressing, women, finding out what they're wearing underneath. Just a bunch of sickos using technology for their own benefit. Amazon currently has agreements to let 2,161 police departments across the country. And this article is a couple months old. So I'm sure that this, giving information to police departments has only expanded. Use an app called Neighbors where users can post Ring camera footage. We already read that. Amazon said in a letter it shares footage with the police without a warrant under emergency circumstances. That's all it is. And we'll determine what the emergencies are. Involving imminent danger of death or serious physical harm. The company said it decides. Who decides? Jeff Bezos decides. Amazon decides whether the requests meet its standards of an emergency. And then here's what Amazon says. In this statement, Ring says, it's simply untrue that Ring gives anyone unfettered access to consumer data or video, although there were those 4 times that employees had access to it. And then there's multiple times where hackers got access to it. And then we have this 11 times over here where we gave this information without the consent of the owner of that footage to the police department. But other than that, it's simply untrue that Ring gives anyone unfettered access. They said in a statement following this article's publication, stressing that it provides police with this access when it believes there is a, quote, danger of death or serious physical injury to any person. That's always their alibi, isn't it? We only do this in emergency. It's like the government. We're here to help you. The 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. It's only for your help. It's only for your security. We determine what the emergency is and we determine when we'll release the data without your consent. And I just wanted to read, just to close this out, I wanted to read some of what this Markey said. And it looks like it's true. Ring's surveillance system threatens the public in ways that go far beyond abstract privacy invasion. Individuals may use Ring devices, audio recording to facilitate blackmail, stalking, and other damaging practices. As Ring products capture significant amounts of audio on private and public property adjacent to dwellings with Ring doorbells, so you don't even have to have a Ring doorbell. If it's in close enough proximity, they can spy on you whether you got one or not. This is outside the house. So there are spy devices inside the house. And if you happen to be outside the house without a Ring doorbell and your neighbor's got one, well, they're going to spy on you with that. Including recordings of conversations that people reasonably expect to be private. The public's right to assemble, move, and converse without being tracked is at risk. And having done some research on this, they can harness and harvest high quality audio and video. One of the concerns here is the audio from 30 feet away. Think about that. Whether you have a Ring doorbell or not, they can get if you're within 30 feet of a Ring doorbell, let's say you're talking on the phone discussing on how to, hide assets or whatever. They can take that data, send it to the appropriate authorities, and you'll probably get a knock at your door the next day or a letter in the mail. Well, we're going to conduct a little audit on you because we heard you talking about, well, they probably wouldn't say because we heard you talking about because they don't want to blow their cover. Although their cover has to be blown. If you have these devices, you got to know that they're spying on you. You have to. And you have to know that if they declare an emergency and it's all up to them to define what an emergency is, they'll release that data to law enforcement agents. And we already know that law enforcement agents aren't on your side. They're not serving and protecting. They're harassing and collecting. So I wanted to go over this with you just to heighten your awareness on what's actually going on. Be careful around these devices, man. Wrap them in tin foil, throw them in the microwave, Turn them off, put them in a Faraday bag. It just seems like it's a good idea. If you want to have a private conversation that you want to minimize the risk of having that conversation get out to people that you don't want to hear that conversation, maybe it'd be a good idea to walk away from the devices, turn them off. And I'm not so sure if you unplug these smart devices that they're still not spying on you. I'm sure that there's some kind of program working in the background 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, until it's incapable of doing so, it's recording your daily life. I mean, for goodness sakes, they have these accelerometers in there. They can tell what your heart rate is. You know, especially when you put one of these Fitbits on your arm, they can tell what your heart rate is. They can tell what, other levels in your body are. They can tell you if there's a pedometer in there, they can tell you how many steps you walked, what the stress factors are. You got these front-facing cameras, so when you are looking at your phone, it's looking back at you, and it's looking at your eye movements and associating the data with what you're looking at and what your heart rate is. And they got all this stuff. Maybe are you releasing? Is there an insulin release? How much sugar have you had today? What did you eat? How many calories? How many calories do you burn a day? What are your habits? They track you. They trace you. They surveil you. They monitor you. Crazy stuff. It's a crazy world we live in. Anyway, leave your thoughts about this. Do you have a Ring doorbell camera from Amazon? Do you have any kind of device like that people can hack into or take your data and give it to somebody else without your consent? I don't know. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. And don't forget to subscribe to my private email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. If you want to donate further, the Buy Me a Coffee Cash App, Subscribe Star, grab a hard-hitting conversation starting design that you can put on a shirt, hoodie, mug, hat, cell phone case. You can even slap one of these. You can slap a sticker over your Ring doorbell camera. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video. While we have time and it still retains some of its perceived value, maybe it'd be a good idea to convert your worthless fiat into valuable, storable food. Don't be the one who waits till the food riots start happening. You don't want to be fighting panicking people in the store over that last jar of peanut butter. At Prepare with High Impact Flicks, you can get up to 3 air and watertight gasket sealed ammo cans, each filled with a 4-week emergency supply. 7 food varieties, 2,000 calories a day, 284 servings, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and each meal comes in a resealable, heavy-duty 4-layered pouch. And it's got a 25-year shelf life. Every order of a 4-week supply gets you $100 off plus free shipping. Here's how simple it is to make. I'm going to cook up some Granny's home-style potato soup. People are going to think I'm a culinary hero. You open the pouch, boil 4.5 cups of water, stir the contents, simmer on low heat for 15 to 20 minutes, take it off the heat, then let it set for 2 to 3 minutes before you serve it up.
Man, this stuff's so good. People are going to think Granny stopped by and filled your kitchen with a whole bunch of love. Well, if Granny does stop by, she's going to fill your behind with a whole bunch of buckshot if you keep talking with your mouth full. Wipe your dang beard off. It's embarrassing. So maybe convert some of your worthless fiat into valuable food while you still can. Order now and get $100 off of up to 3 4-week emergency food supplies at preparewithhighimpactflix.com. The link is in the description.